and welcome along to my monthly haul for the month of July 2020. I'm filming this on the 30th of July because I know I'm not going to get any more stuff, but there is something coming today off Amazon, and you know exactly where them things are from Amazon. You've got to love that app. And I will, when it comes, I will unbox it and I will add it to this video at the end of it. It'll be the last thing on the list. So I'll start, as I always do, by what I bought first and go through. So these things are in order of what I bought and what I received them in as well. Okay, so the first thing is the brand new CD by the band Protomartyr. Now this has just been released, and I've got into it, and I'm still navigating myself around it. I like to take a little bit of time to sink into these albums and give them the proper listening that they deserve. And on first couple of listens, I really enjoy it, particularly this song here, the Aphorist. Now I will link down the video to the Aphorist down below, and you can hear that, and I urge you to go and check them out, because if you like that sort of indie type of sort of indie stuff, I think you might like this band. And they're very listenable, I think, and they're quite good musicians as well. I think they've got a few how can I put it, influences from certain bits. I can definitely hear a bit of Dead Kennedys in there as well, slightly, just with the guitar sound. So that's the first thing that I bought, was this. Okay, so that's, I don't often buy CDs. In fact, I very rarely buy CDs, although I've got a stash of them. I just don't really think that the music I've got, I think I've got enough music. But yeah, I will, if something I think it deserves to own a physical media, I will buy it, definitely. That's for sure. So the next thing I got was a Blu-ray, the Criterion Blu-ray of the 1974 John Waters classic, and it is a classic, Female Trouble. Now, if you like John Waters and you know what John Waters is all about, and you know his earlier sort of more extreme cinema, you will understand that this isn't the greatest of movies to look at, and it isn't technically the greatest of movies, but it's got that style that only John Waters can pull off, and you can forgive him all its shortcomings. And if you are prepared to sort of to get into his world and find these strange characters and this sort of really next level activities that they get up to, you will get a blast out of this one. I think Criterion did a really good job with it, and it is a little bit more extreme and explicit than I thought it was. I was getting it mixed up with a film from 1977 called Desperate Living, which is a great film, but this one here is a little bit more on the extreme side, a bit more getting towards the Pink Flamingos era, but it's still a good watch, and I think the Criterion version is a really good version of it. Next was the Death Ship, and I put a link to this. I'll put a link to my review of this down below, and I do urge anybody who's a fan of 80s, how can I put it, to me it comes across like a film of its own. I don't kind of class it like anything else. That's why I like it. It just came out of the blue, as the ship does, and it also just, I don't know, captivated me when I saw it on release. Now for me, on my review, there's one thing I didn't talk about, is the fact that on the bridge there, when the captain's on the bridge, you can see the cameraman sort of nestled down here, you know, quite visibly in the frame, and I just really wonder why they never ever put this into frame. I did check out the commentary on it for that part, and the people who were doing the commentary on it didn't even mention it. Now it's a mad thing to keep in the film. Keep an eye out for it. It's around about the 50 minutes marks, but this is one of my favourite films of all time. Plus the picture quality in it is stunning for a 1980s film. Okay, so next is a 4K of a film that I saw on Sky. Me and my wife watched it. We did really like him. We like this actor, and I did see this, and I do read reviews when it comes up of a 4K to see, is it any good? Is it any of an uptake on the regular Blu-ray? Because if it wasn't, I would have got this on Blu-ray, because it's going quite cheap in HMV and Blu-ray. But anyway, I got the import of the 4K of Night School with Kevin Hart and, I'm going to say, is it Tiffany Haddish? And I thought this was a really good film, and I think the extended cut probably is extended by about 10 seconds as they normally are. I don't think I saw this on Sky. I don't think this was the extended cut, but never mind. I checked it out just briefly just to see what it looked like, and the colours on it are just amazing. It was crystal clear on Sky, but on this it really pops. Now, it's not released on 4K in the UK, but I was really surprised by the picture quality on it. Got a nice little bit of embossing on there, and this was from eBay, 14 quid, not bad. Now the next thing was another one from another 4K from eBay, and I don't have, well, any of the Marvel Universe films on 4K, but for some reason we do watch the films together, and this one has sort of passed us by, and I thought, well, why not? It wasn't that much, I think it was under £10, and it's got a slip on as well. So it's Thor Ragnarok. Now I know that this has got a good review to say it's a really good film, and we do like the films that we've seen in the Marvel Universe. So for that reason, I thought I'd get it, and we could fill in the gaps. I don't want to fill in all of the gaps, and also Thor films I believe are meant to be a little bit, hit and miss. But this film's meant to be really good, and I checked it out briefly, and the picture quality, the colours as well, looked absolutely amazing. Now this next one is a one that you've probably seen as unboxing, and I think it was unboxing on one of my videos, and it is the 1980 Lucio Fulci DVD of Contraband. Now, I don't know if you can see that, but this is actually a lenticular, well, I'm going to say it's not a lenticular sleeve, it's a lenticular insert, and you can see this rather crazy scene from this film where somebody literally gets shot in the mouth, as you can see. But you can see this, and when I looked at it, I thought to myself that his hand looks a little bit 3D, and then I realised there was a lenticular insert in there. But it's the only way you can see this film in the UK, uncut, fully uncut. It's not on. I don't know if I'll ever make the jump to Blu-ray. The picture quality is pretty good. It's not bad. But when I watched it, I haven't watched it for a lot of years, and I know it was heavily cut when it was released in the UK as The Smuggler. So this is under the title of Contraband, although I know it as well as the Naples Connection, which I probably prefer it as a Naples Connection. But the film itself, as you imagine, with the Lucio Fulci, which was nestled between, previous film was Zombie Flesh Eaters, and the film after it was City of the Living Dead. Excuse me. This film here is really gory. It's got some really brutal scenes in it. It's excuse me. It's got some gore that you wouldn't expect to see in a sort of regular sort of I don't know how to describe it. It's a bit of a revenge film, but really highly recommended, and I would like to see this on Blu-ray, and yeah, I do love that cover, although it's not the best lenticular I've seen. It's not very deep. Now the next one is a film that I watched last night, yesterday afternoon, and it was only 67 minutes long, and it's The Colossus of New York, and this was $5.99 from HMV, and to be honest, I really enjoyed it. It's got a lovely print on it, and the story itself is quite good. And I also, back to back, I just put the commentary on. I watched the whole commentary with Alan Bryce and Richard Hollis. I don't know who Richard Hollis is, but I've seen Alan Bryce on quite a lot of things. In fact, I'm a friend with him on Facebook. And also, the stuff that they put into the commentary is really good. It's dead funny commentary, and they go into sort of the details between for the makeup and the some of the scenes and just the details behind it, which is I find quite good. The Colossus of New York, the person, is apparently meant to be 7'4" in real life, although I think he's a little bit bigger than 7'4" in there. But this is a really fun film, and it's one of them films you could just throw on, just watch. It doesn't take a long time to watch, and it's very, I would put, entertaining. Yeah, so highly recommended that one, actually, as most of these 101s are quite these sort of sci-fi 101s that they put out. Maybe that's their niche that they should explore, and I'm glad to see that they're sort of stepping up the production values on their stuff, because sometimes they come across as very cheap, but they seem to be getting into more bespoke titles, which I enjoy, and it might elevate their brand to a higher level. Which, getting at my next one, because when you think about it, that was 101 started off for very cheap stuff, and there were bargain bin, as this company did as well, but they soon went into next level, and with them branching out and all across the world, They are highly regarded as probably one of the best boutique labels. So I picked up The Hills of Eyes Part 2. Now this film here, and I've swapped over the cover as well, which most people do, I believe. And I put like the original artwork on there. And you get some stuff inside this. I wouldn't say it was a film that I was really going to get, but I thought, well, why not? It was $17.99. It was cheap to a certain extent, and I thought, well, I'll put it on the shelf, and I'll watch it for what it is. And it's not meant to be the best of films, but I know it's got a nice little print on it. It's got a nice print, and it's got lots of stuff on here. So I'm going to do a deep dive into this whole, world of this film and the first film as well. I'll revisit that one and see how I go with them ones. You never know. It might, with this, sometimes with something with a packaging, you'll forgive it its shortcomings anyway. The next one is a film that I was recommended to by the movie collector. He said it was one of the best 4Ks he's ever seen, and it's Top Gun. Now, weirdly enough, I've never ever seen Top Gun. I would say at the point when Top Gun came out, I wasn't a fan of Tom Cruise at all. In fact, this type of movie was something I would never ever dream of watching. It's just a big blockbuster, it wasn't my cup of tea. But anyway, so me and my wife sat down and watched it the other night, and we quite enjoyed it. I would say we know that it's got the 80s cheese about it. We know that it's not going to be the most cerebral film in the world. We didn't mind that. We did switch our brains off for a couple of hours. And I would say, personally, on the sound quality is absolutely stunning. Dolby Atmos, it's just next level. When the planes are in, it's just, you just can't believe it when you hear it. You feel like they're coming from, miles away and going past you. It's just something to really, that was a standout for me. Now, the picture quality for me was, in the light scenes, I thought the picture quality was absolutely jaw-dropping. In the darker scenes, I found it a little bit grainy. Now, that grain doesn't put me off, but it did seem to take the picture quality down a touch, and it did sort of not affect the film at all. I'm not going to take anything away from it, but if I had to grade it and say how good it was, the fact it had them sort of like slight dips in sort of quality for my eyes, then I found it to sort of go down a little bit on my level of how good I thought the picture quality was. But like I say, in the light scenes, it was really, really unbelievable. So yes, so is it the best thing I've ever seen? I don't think so. But is it top 10? Well, when I do my next top 10 4K list, then we will find out. The next thing I bought after that was another CD, and it was the CD by Protomartyr, which came out before the 2020 album. This is the 2017 album, Relatives in Descent. It's a great album. We went to see them at the time that this album was out, and we thoroughly enjoyed them. And I would love to put a bit of video into this video now. Now I'm going to do my usual trick, where I'll point and say I'm going to put it in now so you can see this bit of video. I might take the audio out because I don't know about copyright and all this type of malarkey, even though it's just filmed cheaply on my phone, and I don't think it's going to, rid the record company of millions of pounds if I show this clip. But if I do manage to get this clip on, I'll find it anyway because I think it's on my laptop somewhere. I'll put it on roundabout now. So if it didn't work, as usual, I'm going to say, if it didn't work, we're just going to carry on with this. If it did work, great band. And this is one of their best albums, although two albums before this is the one that I really want to get. It's proven a little bit difficult to get, but I will get it. When you want something and you get it, I'm in that mode. So speaking of which, when I watched Jay and Silent Bob's reboot on Sky, and I really, really enjoyed it. And then I thought, I'll go to my shelves and I'll watch Clerks, which is the first film in the Jay and Silent Bob universe. So then I thought the next thing would obviously be Mallrats. So I went to get Mallrats out, and the DVD wouldn't play, although it was just a cheap one I bought just from some second-hand shop, just because I knew that the British Blu-ray didn't have any extras on. So anyway, searched on eBay and I come across the US Blu-ray of Mallrats, which has on 2 versions of the films. It has the theatrical and extended version. So the other day I watched the extended version of Mallrats, and I've got to say, funny enough, I did prefer the theatrical cut. I think, although I'm glad I saw the now before I was talking about, you know, when you get an extended cut and it's about 1 minute longer, this one's actually 25 minutes longer, so you get to see a lot of stuff that obviously I've never seen before, and I did appreciate it. But I think the cut of the theatrical cut is much faster and quicker and better, and it's the one I will go to now. I watch the theatrical cut all the time now, but I'm glad that I did watch the extended one just to see what it was like. And it's got this sort of like flip here, which is sometimes get very occasionally on American releases, and it's got loads of bonus features as well. So for me, it was the film's that good. I thought, I am not ever going to not get this version. It just took us a while to track it down. Ironically, I tracked it down, and immediately at the time I wanted to watch it. I will progress now with the other ones and watch the whole lot again. And I'm really looking forward to getting back into the Jay and Silent Bob era. So you just must have saw this in an unboxing the other day. I got the 4K of Murder on the Orient Express, which you can see it down there. It does say it on the cover actually. I didn't realise that until I looked the other day. I've had a quick check of this out, and I've got to say the picture quality in it is pretty unbelievable. Now, Movie Collector as well said that this is one of the best ones he's seen. Now, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get it. It was only £13 to get it like this, although it was about 20 when you had to get it, when you got it with the English on here. This is Italian, but it's in English obviously. And it's got a Dolby Atmos soundtrack, and on the brief time I looked at it, it looked stunning, and I can't wait to watch this film actually, just to grade it in my mind to see, is it one of the best ones? Is it going to get in the top 10 of my 4K, best 4K cuts, picture qualities of all time? We will see. And the last one I got before this new one's coming, and when it comes I will cut the thing off and you will see what happened in the unboxing later on today. When it comes, it's going to come around about 4 o'clock, it says. So this is the Gemini Man. I've been very interested to see this because of the whole 60 frames per second, you know, what it's been shot in, or what it's been presented in. Now, as well, so anyway, I had a look at it. I have seen it on Sky Movies, and I watched a little bit of it. It looked really good. I put the 4K, which is presented in 60 frames per second, and does it look stunning? Yes. Is it probably the best thing you've ever seen? Possibly yes. Does it look weird? Kind of. Will I be able to put up with it for a full movie, and will it be a bit will it distract us from the film? Possibly. I don't know, but I'm really eager to see this film for that, because I've got to admit, the bits that I've seen, the picture quality is just unreal. Now, I did check the Blu-ray out as well. Now, the Blu-ray, you can tell it's in the 24 frames per second, so you can see it's more natural. Although, is the 60 frames per second more natural because it's so it just flows, you know? But I was talking to I was on the comments on another video. Movie Collector had pointed out that it was shot on video, so I need to get into the whole thing of what it was shot in and all that. But anyway, as a sort of a presentation disc, will this be number one in the 4K picture quality videos that I will do for the next one when I change enough in the top 10 to make it, you know, be a new video? We shall see. Okay, so thanks very much for this part of this this video, and I'll cut here, and hopefully you would have seen a little clip of Protomartyr there. I'll go and try and work that one into the video now, and I will come back and I'll do a quick unboxing, and I'll show you what the last thing was I bought for the month of July. So I'll see you soon, and what, just, you know what it is, I've got 19 minutes and 33 seconds into this thing, you know, and I've done about 50,000 takes to get to this point, and I thought, I've got all the way here, and here I go, I fluffed the last bit. Anyway, back to the action. I will see you very soon. So yes, so I'm back with what came in from Amazon, and it's just, I ordered it last night at 10 o'clock and it came now at 12 o'clock. Actually, it's quarter to 12. So that's probably the fastest ever that I've had anything received from Amazon. I'm quite blown away by how quick it came, because obviously they said it was going to be here by 9 o'clock tonight, which is great, which is still fantastic. But the fact it came in such a short time is still even more amazing. Quite blown away by that. So anyway, so as you can see, it's just dropped through the letterbox, and I'm going to open this now, and hopefully it's going to have remained in one piece, and it's not going to have any dings or anything like that. And I'll show you what this is, and this is the last thing in my haul for July. Okay, so while I'm opening this, I'll tell you, remember what I told you the story the other day when I was opening something else on my last video, and I had the toilet outside, the toilet that was removed, and we got it put in, we had to take it to the tip, and I had to clean it out, and it was all right. It wasn't dirty, but it had been standing there for quite a while, so it had amassed some rainwater and that type of thing, so I had to move that out, and it went all over my foot. So anyway, after I done that video, and if you remember that, I then went out with my wife to fully flush it out and then take it to the tip. So the seat that was on it had a seat and a lid. The seat just fell off, and I think the fasteners that were fastening the lid to the toilet were corroded and all that type of thing, so they needed to come off anyway. So I said to my wife, I says, what I'll do is I'll rip this toilet seat off, because you know, I am the man of the household. That is my job. Stand back. Leave this to a trained professional. I said, after the mess that I'd done on my foot. So what I did was I got a hold of it, and me being a man, I just ripped it off. But what happened was, is like a little disc that sort of goes between the lid and the toilet that you fasten everything onto, like a metal thing. Well, that must have been over the year that it, or 6 months it was there. The year it must have been. It had a lot of muck underneath, or gunk, or whatever. I don't know what it was. It was green and it was awful. And when I ripped it off, what happened? It exploded in my face, and it went all over my top and all over my chin. It was great. My wife did laugh, and I find her manner most unbecoming. Anyway, back to this. I thought that was another cat. It's me overrun with cats in this place. So yes, so I was looking for something to buy yesterday, and I chanced upon this because I've got other things in this collection, shall we say, and I wanted to make sure that I went with the next thing that had come out, and it is the Buster Keaton set. I don't know if it's got a name, because it might be volume. I know I've got the other two, and I think they're volume 1 and volume 2. This might be volume 3, although it doesn't really say it. And it is brand new 4K restorations of 3 films from Buster Keaton, 3 good films. I think they're releasing all his good films, and they're presented from stunning 4K restorations. Now, I've seen the other films to do with Buster Keaton that Eureka have released in this set, in this style, and they are absolutely amazing. The quality that you can get from a 4K, if you do a 4K scan on a negative, even if it's over 100 years old, you can get something that just looks, you just couldn't believe what you're going to see in this picture quality. So I am really impressed with the stuff so far, and I can't wait to see this. I'm just doing the test on the corners. Are the corners sharp? Yes, they are, so I'm happy with that. And yes, so that's the last thing I bought. It was a Buster Keaton, I'm going to say volume 3, although it doesn't say that on there. No, it just says about the 3 films, and it will go with my other 2 as well, and I can't wait to check this out. Okay, so there you go. So thanks very much for that. I do appreciate you hanging around to the end to see this last little bit of video, and I'll see you on the next video, which should be, well, it won't be the August haul, because that'll be a whole month before my next video, so forget all that. I'm starting to waffle. I'm going to go and need a cup of coffee now from our Nespresso coffee. Best coffee in the world. Well, in the house it is, because obviously you can't really go out to your Starbucks and your Costa at the moment. Well, you can, but it's a bit of a hassle. But anyway, so I'll leave it there, and a bit later on, me and my wife are going to go and pick up our 2 brand new cars, the first time ever in our lives that we have bought new cars on the same day, or received new cars on the same day, brand new cars, and we can't wait to get in them and take them to a car park and take photographs of them, because that's what you do, isn't it? But if you ever want to see what the car looks like, and you want to look at some of these things, which I do photograph quite a lot of these like little life things, you will find them on my Instagram page, which is WarrenPeace666. So if you want to go over there and join, how would you put it? You join, just click on my thing, and I'll accept your request. And you can check out what the car looked like and whatever, and what the other car looked like. But I'm waffling now. So I'll see you next time. And you take care, and thanks for watching this video, and thanks for all the subscribers that are just coming rolling in. I really, really appreciate it. So you take care, and I'll see you next time.